Okay. So I got everything. I got every single video done. I got everything good. Got the whole Pokemon Phones video down. $500 million made in 12 years. Okay. Let's see what's next on the. Oh. So this is gonna be controversial then. Sup YouTube, Patriot, and while here I'm your host Patriot, and I did not use the tongue Rossi intro, even though this would have been the perfect time for me to do that. Wild, and today we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, because yeah, if you guys been living under a rock, or just don't care about the Packers, unless you're a Packers fan, sub the draft, or a Vikings, Bears, or Detroit fan, you will realize that in this draft, the Green Bay Packers trading up with the 24th pick selected Jordan Love out of Utah State to not be a backup, but to be the apprentice and eventually take over for the Green Bay Packers as the starting quarterback. So, here's the thing with that. I know I could have made the video a long time ago, but now I want to make this video. So, it's not going to be if he stays. It's going to be where he goes. Because let's look at the facts, alright? Aaron Rodgers has a 4-year contract left. He has 4 years left. You usually, when you have a new quarterback, you start in the first round, usually sit them for 1 year. Maybe 2. And the way that it looks, Jordan Love will probably be sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for about 2 years. Which means that Aaron Rodgers still has 2 more years with the Green Bay Packers. But here's the thing though. Realistically, Jordan Love will start after 2 years. Unless McFleur, the head coach of Green Bay Packers, decides to do something interesting where it's Aaron Rodgers plays 8 games and Jordan Love plays 8. That's what would have happened, but now, because we got 17 games now, most likely it will be Aaron Rodgers 9, Jordan Love 8. That's if that even happens. So realistically, Jordan Love has about 2 years sitting behind Rodgers before any starting job happens. So, Aaron Rodgers' contract will probably be in dead money by the time 2023 happens. So, this video is talking about teams that Aaron Rodgers could go to. And, yeah, there are 2 teams on this list that, people will not be happy with. Not because it's bad. I'm talking about Green Bay Packers fans. So, let's get both of them out of the way before we get into the more interesting ones. The Chicago Bears. Yep, the Chicago Bears. First of all, there was a image of Aaron Rodgers in a Chicago Bears jersey, which, oh my god, that looked so good. The orange and the dark blue on him, that looks really good. But when you really think about it, this could make a lot of sense. Alright, Aaron Rodgers feels betrayed, just like how Brett Favre did. He felt betrayed, and he wanted to stay with Green Bay for legacy, because he didn't want to be like Tom Brady or Drew Brees, where they had to go to different teams. He wanted to be the difference. He wanted to be that legacy quarterback. Well, that's not going to happen. So what better way is to piss off your team and go to their second enemy, the Chicago Bears. I mean, they have a great defense. The quarterback situation is kind of in the air. I mean, granted, I did make a video about Mitchell Trubisky not being the problem, but who knows? The Bears might not care, and they just ship him away. Nick Foles also goes away, because we saw what happened when he wasn't in Philadelphia. The Rams, he basically retired. Jacksonville, he got injured week 1, and they got benched when he came back for Gardner Minshew. So we don't know who's going to be the quarterback situation. Now, granted, wide receiver talent, I don't know any. I mean, at least with Green Bay, they had Devontae Adams. But, like, they have no one else. I mean, the best player would probably be a tight end for all we care about, and they have fucking Ted. Sorry for swearing, but, no, this game get monetized. Okay. But instead of going to the Bears, you know what team would really enjoy it? The Minnesota Vikings. Oh boy, what better way to get revenge than go to the team that you... Okay, so basically what happened was, when Brett Favre left the Green Bay Packers, he went to Minnesota. What better way to get revenge than go to Minnesota and win a championship? Granted, will it? Probably not. What most likely going to happen? They're going to go to the conference championship and lose to a different team. I don't know what team that would be, but knowing how this year's going down, it'll probably be the Arizona Cardinals in 2 years. Who knows? But anyway, think about it. They have Adam Thielen. They will have Justin Jefferson, because that will be his third year as a wide receiver, most likely the second or first wide receiver, and their defense is not bad. It's not bad. It's underrated, a lot like Tampa Bay's, but it can be really effective. We saw how that was against the New Orleans Saints this year. But this wouldn't. But then we also have Kirk Cousins, a quarterback who I actually like because of how much he's getting hated. And who knows, they might pull a Chicago Bears and might freak out. So, I don't know. The Pittsburgh Steelers. This one, to me, makes the most sense. Think about it. Big Ben is like 38 to 39. Is a lot like Phillip Rivers, who we'll talk about next. But the point is, in this situation, Aaron Rodgers is 35. He's going to be the same age as Big Ben when Big Ben's contract is over, because he still has 2 years left. So, 2 or to 1 year left. So realistically, this makes a lot of sense. And they have Juju. They have new wide receiver. Their defense, with Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt. Oh boy, that will be an incredible defense. And think about it. You don't have just one player to throw to. You have multiple players. And you have a running back who's actually good. I don't know how good Aaron Jones was, but clearly you guys got a running back in the draft. So clearly he wasn't what you guys wanted. This makes the most sense. And people in Pittsburgh would be raiding for Aaron Rodgers. People will be screaming when Aaron Rodgers comes down that tube and into the field. Oh, that would be amazing. It'll be very interesting to see, but this team makes the most sense. It really does. This team makes the most sense. It makes sense due to how the contract will end, due to the weapons, the defense, the run game. It makes a lot of sense. The only thing would have to be how Aaron Rodgers would lead the team, because we know that Aaron Rodgers apparently has some personality to him. But knowing how his new girlfriend, or wife, I don't know, has been affecting his life, I'm assuming he's going to change that and be a better leader. And that's probably how he will mentor Jordan Love. But I brought up Phil Rivers. And here's why. The Colts. Now, Phil Rivers has a 1 year contract with the Colts. Now, when you really think about it, usually a quarterback sits behind another quarterback for about a year. Phil Rivers' contract ends in a year. So, Phil retires, Rodgers comes in, or who knows, maybe Jacob Eason. I'm thinking about Jake Form. Jacob Eason doesn't do well. I mean, he was a 5th round pick. So, I mean, and you have wide receiver talent. You have T.Y. Hilton. You just acquired Pittman from the draft, from your 2nd round pick. And you guys have a good defense, and your offensive line is really good. I mean, that's what happened to Andrew Luck. The offensive line was trash until the year that they actually performed well. Got 12-4 because their offensive line was actually good. And then he retired. So, I don't know. This makes a lot of sense for Aaron Rodgers in particularly. But what about another team? What about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Let's think about this very carefully. Tom Brady has 2 years left of his contract. And Tom Brady is going to retire at 45, unless he stays. But most likely he's going to retire. Now, they still have Mike Evans. They have Chris Godwin. That's if they can, pay them enough money. They have an underrated defense. Their offensive line got improved. They have O.J. Howard still. And depending on how Rob Gronkowski is thinking, Rob Gronkowski might stay. Or he might retire because of Tom Brady. But realistically, this team will still be as good as it was before, aside from one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history. And you probably have a better quarterback if you have Aaron Rodgers. He does not have the most achievement, but he is a superior quarterback due to how younger he is to Tom Brady and just skill-wise. Unless he basically does a bad performance this year, Aaron Rodgers should do well. Now, of course, there's 2 other teams I have on this list, but I'm going to make this very quick. There is the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, Drew Brees has like a 2-year contract, 2 to 1 year contract. So he's most likely going to retire. Now, here's the thing though. The reason why I'm not going to, there's a mention to this list is because, let's face it, Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston is going to take over. So, realistically, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a less of a chance. Same thing with the Browns. When you look at the Browns, Baker Mayfield, yes, even though he did a good performance this year, still did a good job his rookie season. So realistically, Baker Mayfield will probably have a good 2 years before Aaron Rodgers most likely will leave the team or get released. So those are my teams for Aaron Rodgers to go to. If you guys disagree or have your own opinion, put it in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Like today's video, press the notification bell if you want brand new videos. They come out immediately when they come out. I'm Patriot and Wild, and I'll see you guys when our next video comes out. Goodbye.